Sho Genge, you are tuned in to Venues and Menus with Sis G.U. Today, my guest is Dennis Ngango. He is a tenacious industrial engineer turned award-winning digital entrepreneur and film producer. He creates feel-good, conversation-starting content that explores South African and African stories with heart and cultural relevance. Brought to you by Hyundai. Yeah, Dennis!
The one and only.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm so excited.
Right? I'm so excited to be here as well. I love that we get to do this together.
How many things have we done?
How many things? How many times?
We've won awards together. We've traveled together.
Yes, sir.
But now this one's a bit different because
It
now
is a bit different.
we're driving together.
Yes.
But you're the one in the driver's seat. So...
Oh, guys, I love my friends seeing me do different things so much because they be picking me up and stuff, and I finally get to do that. So thank you for availing yourself today.
I mean, this is your W season, so I said, let me sit.
Part of that.
Let me be a passenger.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm good. Excited, happy to be alive.
Good vibes
Good
overall.
vibes all over.
Okay. Dennis, welcome to Venues and Menus with your girl, okay?
Sis G.U.
With Sis G.U. I have a little bit of a surprise for you. So I'm going to need you to open that cabinet in front of you.
Ooh.
There is a menu there. And you get to place your first order of the day. So pick wisely.
Nice.
You only have 2 picks, unfortunately.
Venues and menus.
Yes.
Sis G.U.
Yes.
Do I want to start? Do I want main course? Do I want drinks?
You get to start with anything you want.
I really like this one that says the car as a metaphor.
Okay.
And then the question says, if your journey were a road trip, what kind of road has it been so far?
Yes, Dennis. Okay, so just to give everyone watching a bit of an overview, Dennis is a filmmaker. He is well educated. He is a director. He is a content creator. He's the overall guy, in my opinion. Okay,
Thank you.
I think there's nothing that you can't do. So I love this question for you because if you were to equate your journey to a road trip, to a car, what would you say?
It's definitely not like a freeway, highway situation where everything is just straight and easy.
narrow, yeah.
Because obviously having started my journey with engineering and having completed that degree and then somehow moving into like content creation and, filmmaking now, I feel like there's been a lot of turns.
Yes.
You know when you put something on the maps and then it's giving 5 hours and then it ends up giving 4 hours, but you take the... Yes. So
A different route.
Different routes.
Okay.
So definitely a different route, but I don't feel like it was something where it became a journey that was 8 hours.
Yes.
And I think that's the important thing for me is that I feel like every part of my journey has been worth it. So it didn't make the 4 hour 8 hours. It made it it didn't make the 5 hour 8 hours. It made it 3.5 hours.
Yes.
And I stand with that. So I feel like safe journey, but at the same time, a lot of turns, a lot of cuts, a lot of movements.
And would you say that the journey's been scenic?
I like experiences in life. I like to believe that life is worth living. So it being scenic is mandatory.
Absolutely.
I think I've always tried to put myself in places that were exciting for me. And I think I just have been fortunate to not hold back. Because moving from these different spaces, it's hard, it's difficult, it's weird, but at the same time, it's like, I also see a quality of life that I aspire to in those spaces. So I think that aspiration always makes me feel like, I'm gonna go on the journey.
Yeah.
It's saying turn left.
Turning left.
So that's how I would feel about it.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting that the navigation will tell you to take a right, but you end up taking a left? But even when you take the left, you still end up where it is that you needed to be. Right? Different route, but still very much on the path that you needed to be on.
Yeah.
The car is a metaphor for life, right? And what are some of the tools, the vehicles that you've used to get yourself to the point at which you are now?
Oh man, I think with some of the content we make on defining, like recently we've been speaking about like absent fathers and absent parents.
Yes.
And I feel like having such a strong foundation in terms of like family support is one thing that has been undeniable in terms of like allowing me to believe in myself and allowing me to take these big risks. So really shout out to my parents for real.
For real.
For real. So like just having that good support in terms of like family structure, good support in terms of like your beliefs, like what you believe in. You know, God is, you know, a cornerstone for me. So having God in my corners has always made the journey a bit more easier. Having friends, having the skills, and not being scared to take the time to like develop those skills. Because I think even in terms of the metaphor of a car and even having to drive a car, there's something about taking the time to have that learner sign.
Facts.
Then once that learner sign is off, then having the time to then graduate into like
being a
driver, and you start with the small one and you drive all the way on the left side of the road, and then one day you say, you know what, I can go to the right side of the road. You know, so just giving yourself that confidence over time, I think, is really an important part of the journey and the experience.
Yeah, I love that, because you're right. Like, I feel like in life there's a part and a portion where you feel like a learner because like you're stumbling and you don't know what you're doing, and you kind of graduate into like being in your 20s and your later 20s where you now feel like, okay, cool, I have an idea of where it is that I'm going, and then, you know, it's sooner than later you have your advanced driving license where you're like, okay, I have some sort of like hold on what's happening and what life is for me right now. And what would you call this chapter of your life?
Oh man, I always feel like this chapter is definitely Mission Impossible.
Okay.
You know, filmmaker, so just giving, you know, a film reference.
Yes.
But it definitely feels like Mission Impossible because I have these new skills, I have these new understanding of how far I can go. And for me, it feels like I'm in this time of like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
If this is something that's exciting to do, I'm gonna do it, you know? While I do it, is it scenic? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
You know, so I think that's how I would call this chapter. I'm trying my best. It does have its difficulties. It sometimes is overwhelming, but it's the possibility of something more that always encourages me to like continue pushing forward.
Yeah.
What about yourself? Road trips, road vibes, cars, a metaphor. What are we thinking?
Well, what are we saying?
Yeah.
Damn, Dennis, if I had to liken my journey in life to a trip on the road, it would definitely be something very hilly, lots of valleys, and lots of mountains.
Lots of highs.
Lots of lows. And sometimes when I've been in the low parts of my life, I didn't think that I'd be able to see myself out of that. And I feel like I'm living in a season of breakthrough right now.
Nice.
And sometimes, you know how you sometimes feel awkward saying that because you don't want to jinx it. Yeah, like what if that's not the case? What if something happens or whatever? But yeah, I'm really starting to see things unfold in a very beautiful way. And I can also kind of see that all my little detours, well, what I thought were detours, were actually extremely intentional and they needed to happen. So I'm grateful. I think, right now I'm on the way to a mountain peak. Beginning of the year was definitely a valley, so I'm proud of myself for getting myself this far and this far up. When I think about what are some of the tools that I've used in this journey, I think the biggest one for me right now has been community, to be honest with you. I was in a weird place in my life where like I was very like, oh, I can do things by myself and like I don't want to lean on people as much. But now I've really come to grow and understand that, Dennis, you're stronger together. Yeah, and I think you also just need to be at a place in your life where you're open to seeing the goodness that is around you. And I think God blesses us through the people that are in our lives. And although you may have been hurt or discouraged or let down, it doesn't change the fact that there are good people that are truly rooting for you, that love you, and that just want nothing but the best for you. You have
to compartmentalize situations. Like, not everything can break down all the time.
Yes.
It has to be like, this area is not working out, but my community, my support is working out. And sometimes you'd steal joy from one place and take it somewhere else.
But what I really like about your journey, Dennis, is the fact that you're constantly evolving, right? Like, studied engineer, cool, defining comes out of that, cool, goes into film, gets a master's with distinction, comes back, says, I'm shooting exciting things, I'm trying to be different. You know, you're a producer, you're a director, you're a writer as well. Speak to me a little bit about the evolving of your dreams.
Well, the evolving of dreams, I think, is quite scary because there's a moment where it's like, oh, I think we can maybe do this thing, or you can maybe pull it off. And then you have these aspirations that you feel are really possible, but at the same time really scare you. You know, so I've been in a season of like, my dreams really scare me. you know. And
That's a good place.
every day when I wake up and I think about the things I need to do, there's always that part of like, are we really going there?
Yeah.
But I think it's just about giving it my all, you know, and really just trying to show up as best as I can.
Yeah.
And I think evolving is a lot of different things, that is a lot of small steps that become something big along the way. You know, sometimes you wish for your life to evolve, but it's about small habits, you know. Habits are quite small and intimate in the way that they start.
Yes.
But then they can become something really big over time.
Absolutely.
And I haven't stopped myself from the privilege of starting new habits, building better ones, and allowing those things to then allow me to evolve.
I love that. I also love the fact that you've given yourself space to evolve, and I feel like we don't do that sometimes. When you have studied to be something or to work in a specific field. I can imagine that you're like, this is what has to work out for me. This is what I have to do, even if you may have different interests. So I think just creating space for you to be like, you know what? I'm a multifaceted person with many different interests, and I deserve to give myself a fighting chance and a shot to try and explore those things. That's beautiful.
And scary.
Yes.
But beautiful. Definitely beautiful, but it's definitely scary.
But that's the thing, right? I think much like the venue, much like life, all things are beautiful.
Much like the menu.
Much like the menu. Yes, sir.
It's the rapper. Have you told these people that you're a rapper?
Dennis, I think some things need to stay between myself and
because you're talking about evolving.
The close Genge.
That's the thing. When we talk about evolving, some people have rapped.
Yeah, some people have rapped, Dennis.
Some people have rapped. Then they became YouTubers.
Yes.
Then they became hosts.
Yes.
Now they became merch designers.
Yes.
We're evolving.
Yes, we are evolving. There's a lot that's happening.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have fun, Dennis. To be honest, I'm trying to not take myself so seriously.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live life to the fullest. I'm trying to enjoy my last few years of my 20s.
Sure.
I think I get in my way a lot. So that's what the season has been about for me, like not being in my head and getting in my own way and just like embracing the moment, dude. And if I don't know what's happening and if I make mistakes, that's okay. Like, you don't have to be perfect.
It's not end game.
It's not end game, dog.
Yeah.
It's not end game. Yeah, man, I'm living my life. Okay, Dennis, now that we have our food, so you get to pick another item off of the menu.
I'm thinking handling, rejection, and setback.
One thing about Dennis, he's gonna be deep.
That's the thing. I feel like in the car it was more metaphorical.
Please share if you have handled any rejection in your career path and how that has made you feel. And also, I want to ask a little extra question. How have you been able to bounce back from that?
I think sometimes like in this career of like making content, filmmaking, there's that rejection that you can expect and sometimes that you don't see coming at all. So obviously after making the content online for some time, I thought, let me just take this leap and try and do my master's in filmmaking.
Yes.
And I didn't see it as really something that could be possible, but I was like, let's
try.
Let's test the waters. And I applied to study at NYU.
Okay.
I was like, what is the best film school in the world? Let's go NYU, let's do this thing.
Yeah.
I put my package together. I was like, let's try our best. And it was so crazy to see it come together. It was so crazy hearing their affirmations for African content and different type of storytellers. And it was like a rejection I didn't see coming when they didn't take me at the end.
Okay.
And it was like,
that was a setup though, because it felt like we were moving towards here.
Towards something. And then it was like a new dream as well. So then it just felt like a different type of rejection.
Yeah.
And I think those are the words when you don't see them coming and you see a new version of yourself, but life is like, not yet.
Yeah. You once said something to me though. You said that is a privilege and honor to see a version of yourself that doesn't exist right now because you get to work towards that. And what you're explaining kind of takes me back to that, in that you saw this dream for yourself. You saw yourself in this space, but it just wasn't the time.
Yeah.
But there will be a time. And we know that.
That's the thing. It's nice to look back and see that time did make it work out. I mean, afterwards, I ended up not approaching the US. Ended up going to the UK.
Mandem.
Full scholarship.
Yes, sir.
Everything covered. So yeah, it's like the most perfect situation for me. And sometimes rejection is not necessarily a no. It's just a redirection for what's better. I think rejection has taught me to see what it's also teaching me. Can't just be a no.
Facts. There has to be a lesson.
There has to be a lesson. It has to be laced with something.
Yeah.
It can't just be you're not good enough.
Yeah.
It has to be, I have to work towards it.
I love that. And obviously, like you said, there was a different plan that was put into motion with you going to the UK. But how do you deal with rejection and no's? How do you bounce back, especially when you're in the midst of it? Like when you get that no initially and you're sad and you don't know what the next step is. How do you get yourself out of that funk and like believing and trying again?
Yeah, I think now, like, especially after going to the UK, I feel like it's not fully rejection anymore, because now when I'm putting myself out there for something, that other thing is ready to receive me as well. It's now a dot. It's like whether you can accept me and whether I can accept you.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that's how I approach rejection now. Maybe it's just not the right fit for both of us. But sometimes you put your autonomy into the thing. You don't realize you're also a thing.
Yes.
So now you have the power in my life. That's not how it works, you know? So I think that's how I see it now. It's like, I have the power.
Yeah.
Even in a no, there's still power with me. Nothing is leaving me. And I think that's just how I've accepted it.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I think after getting so deep, it's only fit that we enjoy our meals just a little bit. Lunch was lovely. Thank you for thank you for your time. Before I let you go, Dennis, I have to know.
10 out of 10. Driving skills.
Yay!
Final report is in.
Boo, 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 boo.
It's a yes from me.
It's a yes from Dennis. But yes, Dennis, to anyone who's wanting to do what it is that you do, be it filmmaking, be it furthering their studies, directing, writing, content creation, what is something that you'd leave them with?
Ooh, there's so many things. I think the main thing is just know what's happening in your industry, know what's happening outside. Because I think with academia, there's so many opportunities to go outside of the country, and there's so many opportunities locally to receive funding. There's so many different type of degrees. So take time to really figure out what you like, and while you're doing that, enjoy it, and whatever else will happen with your life, let that be that when it gets there. You know, because I feel like with engineering, when I did it well.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and I believe in honoring the season that you're in, because the amount of time it'll take you to go back is just too expensive. So I think that's what I'd say is like, know what's happening in your industry, allow yourself to like explore and dream, and keep on moving.
Yeah. I echo those sentiments greatly. I think know exactly what's happening in the industry. And funny enough, I feel like I needed to hear that, and I can apply that to where I'm at right now. But Dennis, thank you for joining me today.
Venues and menus.
Venues and menus.
Come on, it's been a good time. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, my friend.
I really appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you, guys. Because the right car, like the right conversation, can take you places. Brought to you by Hyundai.